Good morning to all of you. Is my voice audible to all of you? Yes? Can you hear me? Someone please give reply. Good morning. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Join to this link for CIP lecture. This lecture we are conducting for those who haven't registered for that Python course, Python language. So please join those who haven't joined to that lecture so that we will continue. You can see that 16 participants have joined in this meeting. Okay, so there are 17 students who have joined in this session. So let us start our session, CIP session. I'm sharing the screen. Please tell me if that screen is visible to you or not. Okay, please reply me. Yes. Just a second. Yes, please tell me if is it visible or not. Is the screen visible to all of you? दिसते का सगळ्यांना? I have shared the screen. Someone please reply.
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, so we will move further. Yes, so we from last 3 to 4 weeks, we are discussing the tenses in English. We have discussed the simple tenses. We have up till now completed the discussion about the simple tenses. Okay, so just I will take a short review how much we have progressed. So in the tenses in English, tenses are nothing but the structures. With the help of these structures, we generally form the different types of sentences. Okay, and there are 12 such structures. Okay, that we have uh, learned four of them, that is simple tenses we have learned, and we are going to learn the another four, that is another 8 that we are going to learn uh, in the upcoming time. Okay, so there are 3 main tenses in English: present, past, and future. And those 3 are having 4 different subtypes or 4 different subcategories. Okay, we can see categories. The first is the simple tenses, second is the progressive tenses, third is the perfect tenses, and the fourth one we can we can call it as perfect progressive tenses or perfect continuous tenses. Okay, so we have discussed the simple tenses in English. Okay, there are 3 simple tenses, that is simple present, simple past, and the last one is simple future. Okay, so these 3 tenses we have discussed about its usage, when it is used, when to use the particular tense. That is, if we are using simple present tense, in what situations or what will be the conditions to use this simple present tense, or if we are using simple past, or if we want to use the simple future tense also. So in which condition we are using it, what should be the situations, or what should be the uh, uh, scenario in which we are uh, arranging or we are forming that type of sentence. Okay, so talking about the simple present tense, we have discussed that the simple present tense is used to express habits. Okay, just few tips or few we can say that few words you have to remember, you have to keep in mind. Okay, simple present tense generally we use for the expressing habitual things or habits. Okay, then repeated actions means if I'm repeating the action every day, that should be that should be spoken with the help of that simple present tense. Okay, then talking about the universal truths or general truths, like earth moves around the sun, this is general truth. Okay, or universal truth. So these are also can be expressed with the help of simple present tense. To give instructions also we make use of this tense. To give directions is also one of the use of this tense. Okay, then we have seen that what is the structure of the simple present tense. Okay, so its structure is subject plus v1 in bracket s or es. So we add s or es suffix according to the subject of the sentence. Okay, if subject is the third person singular, we must have to add yes or es suffix to the verb. Okay, and if there is no third person singular subject, in the sentence, then we have to use verb as it is. Okay, don't need of the addition of the suffix that is s or es. Okay, also we have seen that there are some rules of the addition of the suffix that is s or es. Okay, these charts also subject, for which subject which verb is used, that also we have seen. Okay, also we have discussed about the affirmative, interrogative, negative sentence, how to form it, we have discussed. We have seen one of the exercises in the simple past tense. Then we discussed about the simple past. Okay, so simple past is used to describe the action that has happened in the past. That past may be the recent past, that is, or that past may be the distant past. Okay, so in the recent past, which action comes? The actions which has just completed. Okay, action which had just completed before a moment, just before a moment, or just before now, or just before a second. Okay, that action comes under the recent past. And distant past means what? It is the action, or it is the time which may be called as the million years ago. Okay, so millions or thousands of or hundreds of years ago, that time is considered as the distant past. Okay, so this is the condition when to use simple past tense. Okay, so we use it for speaking or talking about the completed action in a time before now. Means now is the present, but that action is happened before now, means just a second before now. Okay, so that action also comes under the past tense, and it is denoted with the simple past tense. So this is the condition. There are some of the frequency expressions, or definite point in time expressions, or indefinite point in time expressions that we have seen. Okay, so what are the frequency indicators? Often, sometimes, always. Okay, these are called as the frequency indicators. Often, sometimes, always, these are the frequency indicators. Then a definite point in time indicators means these are the indicators, or these are the expressions, these are the phrases which are used to show a definite time. Okay, fixed time at which that action has happened. Okay, so last week when I was a child, yesterday, the day before yesterday, 6 weeks ago, this is called as a definite point in time indicators. Okay, we make use of these indicators. Then an indefinite point in time indicators are the other day, ages ago, a long time ago. Okay, long ago. These are the indefinite. The time is not fixed. Okay, long time ago means just long years ago. I don't know about the year. Okay, I don't uh, remember that year when that action has happened, but that action has happened in the past, in before long years ago, or long ago. So and the sentence structure we have seen for the simple past tense is subject plus V2 plus object plus complement. Okay, so we are using second form of the verb, or we can say that it is also the past form of the verb that we use for formation of the simple past tense. Also, we have seen that regular and irregular forms of the verbs. So regular forms of the verbs are made with the addition of ed suffix. Okay, means if I'm hearing or I'm listening to you, for the uh, past form of the here, we use or we add ed suffix. Okay, here, heard, heard. Okay, here, heard. So this is the regular type of verb. Or play, if we are using play, played, played. Okay, this is also called as the regular type of verb. But talking about the irregular forms of the verb, we can see that there is irregularity in the three forms of the verbs. Okay, talking about go, if we are uh, using go as a verb, its pp or its past verb or v2 form will be went, and its v3 form or pp form, past participle form, is gone. Go, went, gone. So there is irregularity in three forms of the verbs, and that's why it is also called as the irregular verb. Speaking about the catch, if we have taken example of catch, and catch, caught, caught is called as the irregular type of the verb. Okay, in the simple past tense we use was, were, had, and did. Okay, was, were, had, and did as the verbs after the pronouns like I, we, you, he, she, it, they. Okay, so that also we have seen. Also we have seen that what are the affirmatives, what are the negatives, and what are the interrogative forms of the simple past tense. We have done with this chart also. We have seen one of the exercise. Also we have completed that exercise. We have also discussed about the simple future tense. So for when to use simple future tense, it can be used to refer or to show a time later than now, means time later to now, means a second after now. Okay, now is the present, and if I'm talking about the action in future which will be happening a second after a second ago, a second after, or later to a second, or later than minute, or later than hour. Okay, that action comes under the simple future tense. We are talking about the action which will be happen. Okay, which will be happening in the future, and for that we make use of simple future tense. So what are its uses? Its uses are simple future tense is used to predict a future event. Okay, for predicting a future event we use simple future tense. Means if it will be raining after some time, we can predict future that it will rain tomorrow, or it will rain after some time. Okay, we predict. Whether that prediction may be correct, or that prediction may not be correct, but just we have that prediction. Okay, then we have seen that what is the structure that we are using for the simple future tense. Okay, structure, sentence structure for the simple future tense is subject plus shall or will plus v1, first form of the verb, plus object plus complement. Okay, so subject plus shall or will plus v1, we are using first form of the verb, but before that we have to use shall or will. Okay. Also we have seen that uh, we have seen the very important note regarding the use of shall and will. Okay, so when to use shall and when to use will we have seen. Okay, so in modern English, though we are using will instead of shall is mainly used. Oh, means we were using shall for I and we to make an offer or suggestion. Okay, so we were using shall or will for making offer or for giving suggestions or for asking advice, for asking permission. Also we have used shall instead of will, but in the modern English we are using will after I and we. Okay, so we can use shall also and will also after I and we, but after you, he, she, it, and they, we have to just use will. Okay, we cannot use their shall. Okay, this is the difference that we have seen, but poets uh, break these rules for their purpose, because to give the poetic effect, poets make use of shall also after he or she or it. Okay, so this is the difference. Also we have seen the different contractions, that is I will, its contraction will be I apostrophe double L. We will, its contraction is V apostrophe double L. You will is its contraction is U apostrophe double L. He will has the contraction, that is he apostrophe double L. So will not, we are writing will not as WON apostrophe T. Okay, won't, we are writing it as won't, will not. And for that there is exception. Okay, there is one of the exception that we cannot make or we cannot shorten it will. Okay, it will cannot be shortened like we will, I will. Okay, it cannot be shortened, it will be written as it is. Okay, so don't shorten it will. We can shorten other forms, but it will cannot be shortened. Also, we have seen the simple future tense, it's affirmative, negative, interrogative, and interrogative, negative. We have done with the exercise also. We have done with this chart also. Okay, So if I, we, you, he, she, it, they, these are the subjects, then what verb we are using, that verb, uh, that what verb we are using, what form of the verb we are using for simple present, simple past, and simple future, that is written in this chart. So this chart is very important. I think you have written down in this chart in your notebook. If you haven't written this chart in your notebook, then you can write this chart, or you can just take screenshot of this chart also. So this is for only, this chart is limited only for the simple tenses. Okay, means simple present, simple past, and simple future. This is only limited for the simple tenses. Okay, so I suppose that you have written this chart. Also, we have discussed about the simple here. Yes, we were discussing about the progressive tenses. Okay, we have started with the present progressive tenses. So what is this tense, progressive tense? What this means? Progressive, the word progressive, what does it uh, mean? What is the meaning of the progressive? Progressive means ongoing. Okay, ongoing, or we can say that the action is in the uh, we can say that it is action, that action is going on. Okay, action is going on, or that is the continuous action. Okay, ongoing action, continuous action, or progressive action, that we are denoting with the progressive tenses. Means if we are using present progressive tense, it can be used for an action which is ongoing. Okay, ongoing action in the present, usually with time expressions such as now, at the moment, right now. Okay, so the present progressive tense, in this tense is used for denoting or for expressing the action which is ongoing, or it is in the progress, or it is the continuous action in the present tense. That action is happening, that is continuous, and that action has not completed yet. Okay, so action has not completed yet, that action is not a completed action, that action is ongoing. So for denoting, for expressing those actions, we use the progressive, present progressive tense for the action which is going on in the present. And the expressions which we use for those actions are now, at the moment, right now. Okay, so at the moment I am teaching to you people. Okay, so this is the action which is going on. This is the action which is ongoing action. This is continuous action. This action has not yet completed. Okay, so that's why this action comes under the present progressive tense or present continuous tense. Okay, so right now I'm conducting your lecture. This is the action which is going on in the present. Okay, after some time I can talk about this as I was conducting a lecture. Okay, that action will be called as present past progressive tense after some time, after an hour. Okay, if after an hour I'm talking about it, after an hour I'm uh, telling to you people about that action, that is considered as the past progressive tense. But now it is going on, it has not completed yet. That's why this is called as the present progressive tense. This is the simple difference between these two actions. So for ongoing action in the present, we usually use this present progressive tense with the time expressions like now, at the moment, right now. Okay. So the example for the present progressive tense that we are going to discuss are, let's see the first example. We are discussing the project at the moment. So this action is going on. This is not a complete action. Okay, this action is going on. We are discussing about the project at this moment, means आत्ताच्या क्षणाला. So that's why this action is called as we are discussing the project at the moment. So this is present progressive tense. This action is continuous. This action is not complete action. This is going on at this time, at this moment. That's why it is considered as the present progressive tense. The second example is John is baking a cake. Second example is John is baking a cake. So this action is going on in the present. John is baking a cake. He is baking cake. At this time, at this moment, he is baking cake. So this comes under the present progressive tense. Then third example, they are painting the fence. Are painting. Okay. So they are painting the fence. ते काय करत आहेत तर कुंपण, तारेचं कंपाऊंड म्हणू आपण त्याला. फेन्स, फेन्स म्हणजे काय तर कंपाऊंड म्हणतात त्याला, तारेचं. सो दे आर पेंटिंग द फेन्स. ते काय करत आहेत, फेन्स तारेच्या कुंपणाला काय करत आहेत तर रंगवत आहेत, कलर देत आहेत. देन वी आर लर्निंग टेन्सेस. दिस ऍक्शन इज गोइंग ऍट दिस मोमेंट. ओके, दिस इज कंटिन्युअस ऍक्शन. वी आर लर्निंग टेन्सेस. This also called as the present progressive tense. Then coming towards the uses of present progressive tense, when to use the present progressive tense. Okay, so let's see. So, hmm, so present progressive tense, when to use present progressive tense, that usage or the conditions in which the present progressive tense is used, that we are going to discuss now. Okay, so to describe a plan or arrangement in the near future, to describe a plan or an arrangement in the near future means, in the near future means in the present itself, but after some time. Okay, after some time, that is called a near future. So to describe a plan or arrangement in the near future, we make use of this tense, that is present progressive tense or continuous present tense. Also with the time expressions, so usually with the time expressions such as tonight, tomorrow, this week, this Monday, okay, these are the time expressions with which we are using this present progressive tense. Okay, so tonight I'm going to a party. Okay, or I'm going to a party tonight. Okay, so this present progressive tense we are using. So for predicting or for expressing the near future, okay, for planning an action in the near future, we are using this tense, present progressive tense, with expressions or with the terms, with the phrases like tonight, tomorrow, this week, this Monday. Okay, so we are using these tenses. Let's see the examples. I am leaving for Mumbai this evening. I am leaving for Mumbai this evening. Okay, so in this example, we have used simple present tense. We have used not simple, progressive present tense or continuous present tense. How to identify that? With the verb. Okay, so I am leaving, am plus VING. With this verb, we can say that this is the present continuous tense or present progressive tense sentence. I am leaving for Mumbai this evening. Am plus VING, leaving. So this is also the near future. Okay, near future we are describing. I am leaving for Mumbai this evening. या संध्याकाळी, आजच्या संध्याकाळी मी मुंबईसाठी निघणार आहे. This is called as the near future. Okay, near future means that action we are going to perform after some time, within a day or within a week. Okay, then talking about the second sentence, we are going to learn articles. So we have discussed about the articles also in the ATT session. Okay, so we are going to learn articles. So this action is also called as the present progressive action. Okay, how to identify it? It can be identified with the verb. Okay, are plus going. Am is are plus VING. So we are learning, we are going to learn articles. So are going to learn. Okay, so are going means are plus VING. That's why this is also called as the continuous present tense action or present progressive tense action. We are going to learn articles. The third example is they are spending this vacation in Pune. They are spending this vacation in Pune. Here we have used are spending, are plus VING. They are spending this vacation in Pune. ते आपले वॅकेशन जे आहे ते काय सुट्टी जी आहे ती पुण्यामध्ये घालवणार आहेत किंवा व्यतीत करणार आहेत. ओके, they are spending this vacation in Pune. R plus VING. Then fourth sentence is she is going to study in America. She is going to study in America. So here is plus VING, the form used here to show present progressive action is plus VING, that is going. She is going to study in America. So I'm going to apply. Okay, if I'm going to I have my wish to apply in the Pune University for engineering. Okay, I'm going to apply for BTech in Pune University. We can construct this type of sentences. Okay, these are the examples of present progressive tenses. Then some of the uses that we are going to discuss of the present progressive tenses are: present progressive tense is used to express actions that are repeated regularly. To express actions that are repeated regularly means the actions, if the actions are repeating regularly after some time span, we use present progressive tense to describe that action. Okay, then usually with a negative meaning and with the time expressions always or forever. So with the time expression like always or forever, we are using present progressive tense. For example, he is always complaining about his health. He is always complaining about his health. So this is the action. That has the negative meaning. Okay, he is always complaining about his health. तो आपल्या हेल्थ बद्दल कायम काय करत असतो तर कंप्लेन करत असतो, कुरकुर करत असतो. ओके, he is always complaining about his health. Then the second is she is going to lose it forever. This is also having the negative meaning. She is going to lose it forever means ती आता हे कायमचं गमावून बसणार आहे. शी इज गोइंग टू लूज इट. ती आता ही गोष्ट कायमची गमावून बसणार आहे. फॉरएव्हर, कायमची. So this is the also use of present progressive tense. Just understand this note. There is one of the note. A common mistake is using this form to describe what a company sells or produces. In general, a company sells something on a regular basis. So you need to use present simple tense and not the present progressive. Just I will make it easy for you people. So a common mistake in using this form to describe what a company sells or produces. So if you visit or if you observe a salesman, or okay, a salesman, if you observe him, uh, if he's communicating with you people in English, okay, so he will uh, give information about his company, okay, what his company sells or what his company produces. That information the salesman give to you people, okay. So while discussing, okay, while discussing or while describing his company, he will make use of the present progressive tense instead of simple present tense, okay. So for example, let's discuss it with the examples, okay. So if that salesman is informing you or giving information about, we are producing high-end plastic pipes, we are producing high-end plastic pipes. So can this sentence be correct? Can we say this sentence as correct form? This is not the correct sentence, okay. We are producing high-end plastic pipes. आता प्रोड्यूस करतोय का तो? नाही. But he is using this form, that is present progressive tense. Instead of using present progressive tense, if he wants to give you information, he have to use present simple present tense, okay. We produce high-end plastic pipes. He have to use this sentence, okay. So correct is what is the correct sentence? We produce high-end plastic pipes. आम्ही चांगल्या दर्जाचे, चांगल्या क्वालिटीचे प्लास्टिकचे पाईप बनवतो. This should be informed by that salesman to you people, but instead of informing in this fashion, he just describe his company in another fashion, that is we are producing high-end plastic pipes. We are producing, आम्ही प्लास्टिक पाईपचं उत्पादन घेत आहोत असं तो म्हणतो. At that moment he is not producing that plastic pipes, okay. His company is not producing in front of you people the plastic pipes, okay, but he's using this incorrect tense for giving information. So understand this difference, okay. For telling about you people personal information also, we have to use simple present tense, but we have habit to use present continuous tense or present progressive tense instead of simple present tense, okay. So we are making our language complex by ourselves only, okay. So don't make language so much complex or complicated. So this is the difference that we just make some of the silly mistakes while talking or while speaking to other person. Then another is, the company is always selling some cheap gadget. The company is always selling some cheap gadget, and it is taken as a negative meaning. It is the opinion given in the negative thought, okay. It is given as a negative thought, okay. The company is always selling some cheap gadget or some cheap products, okay, products. तर ह्याचा काय अर्थ घ्यायचा? What does it mean? The company is always, we have used here always as the time expression, time showing expression or frequency indicator. Okay, always. So company has habit to sell some cheap products. Okay, it has habit. So that can be described with the present progressive tense. But uh, speaking about ourselves, speaking about our company, we have to use simple present tense. We don't have to use present progressive tense or present continuous tense. We cannot use. Okay, that uh, uh, if we are using it, then we are making a silly mistake. Okay, so this is the difference. So present progressive tense, its sentence structure is subject plus am is are plus VING plus object plus complement. Okay, so subject plus am is are plus VING plus object plus complement. This is the structure we use for the present progressive tense or present continuous tense. And the to be form of verbs we are using for the pronouns like I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. The to be form of verbs are for I we are using am, I am. For you, we are using are, that is you are. For he, she, it, we are using is, he is, she is, it is. For we make use of are. Okay, we are. Then for you, we use are, that is you are. Okay, you are students, we are engineers, he is a doctor, you are I am a teacher. Okay, so these type of verbs we use. They are students or they are teachers. Okay, so let's discuss about the affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentences that can be formed with present progressive tense or present continuous tense. Okay, let's see what are the sentences. The first is I am thinking. This is the affirmative. The affirmative sentence is I am thinking. मी विचार करत आहे. Its negative is I'm not thinking. मी विचार करत नाही. करत आहे. Okay, I am thinking. The action is going on. The action has not ended. Action is not completed. The action is going on. Okay, and that's why we are using am plus VING. I am thinking. Its negative is I'm not thinking. Negative is I am not thinking. Its interrogative is am I thinking? We have to take auxiliary verb outside, and we have to ask the question, am I thinking? We have to ask question with the auxiliary verb, am I thinking? Talking about the you are thinking. If it is affirmative, its negative is you are not thinking. Its interrogative is, are you thinking? So this is the three type of sentences we can use or we can form with the help of present progressive tense. He is thinking. Okay, he is thinking. Is plus VING we are using. Okay, he is thinking. Its negative is he is not thinking. And its interrogative is he thinking? तो विचार करतोय का? मग करत आहे का? Okay, then she is thinking, she is not thinking, and is she thinking? This is the affirmative, negative, and interrogative form. Then it is thinking, it is thinking, it is not thinking, is it thinking? These are the three forms. Then coming towards next, we are thinking. We are thinking. Its negative is we are not thinking. Its interrogative is, are we thinking? We are thinking. We are not thinking. Are we thinking? This is the interrogative. Then they are thinking. This is the affirmative or positive. Its negative is they are not thinking. And in its interrogative is, are they thinking? So these are the three forms we are using to form the sentences. Okay, just a minute's break. I will have to bring some water for myself. Okay, just take a minute's break and then return to your position. Okay, let's resume to the lecture once again. Okay, so we have seen that what is the structure for the present progressive tense, that is uh, continuous present tense or present continuous tense. That is also called it as present progressive tense or present continuous tense. Let's discuss one of the exercises on this tense. So the exercise for that we are discussing for today's lecture. The first example, the runners dash into bracket approach the finish line. The runners dash into approach the finish line. This action is going on. Okay, this is the action which is going on. The runners are running and they are on the verge to cross the finish line. Okay, so for this action we will make use of present progressive tense. Okay, or present continuous tense. It is also called as present continuous tense or present progressive tense. The runners are approaching the finish line. This is the correct form of the verb we will use here. Okay, why we are using it? Because the action is ongoing. Okay, the runners are running and they are in the verge of on the verge of finishing the crossing line. Okay, or finish line. Okay, the runners are approaching the finish line. This is the proper form of the verb. And the second is the members dash in bracket stay late to finish the bid. The members in bracket stay late to finish the bid. So in this example, this is also the ongoing action. This is also the continuous action. We will use here the members are staying late to finish the bid. ते जे सभासद आहेत, सदस्य आहेत, ते काय करतात तर ते काम पूर्ण करण्यासाठी काय आहे तर त्यांना लेट होत आहे, उशीर होत आहे. The members are staying late. त्यांना उशीर होत आहे to finish the bid. ते काम पूर्ण करण्यासाठी. You dash in bracket plan a big wedding. Here we can use you are planning. Okay, are planning, this is the word we will use here. Okay, you are planning a big wedding. Then the fourth example, let's talk about the fourth. He dash in bracket tell the truth. He dash in bracket tell the truth. So here we will use here he is telling the truth. He is telling the truth. The action is ongoing. This is continuous action. He is telling the truth. तो खरं सांगत आहे. Fifth example. People dash in bracket use social media more than ever. So this is the situation. It is ongoing situation. Okay, this is the ongoing situation. What is happening in the today's world or at this time? What is happening? This is the situation described by this sentence. Okay, people are using social media more than ever. are using people are using social media more than ever. म्हणजे आतापर्यंत जे लोक होते ते मीडिया वापरत होते, सोशल मीडिया वापरत होते, त्याच्यापेक्षा आता ते काय करतायत तर बऱ्याच वेळा ते वापरताना दिसतात. ओके, पीपल आर युजिंग सोशल मीडिया मोर दॅन एव्हर, म्हणजे आतापर्यंत जेवढे वापरत होते त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त आता वापरतायत. In these 10 years, okay, so this is the true situation. Okay, from these 10 years we are using social media, we are addicted to this social media. Okay, if we forget or we uh, lost our mobile, then we become very nervous. Okay, why? Because we are addicted to these social media sites like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. Talking about the sixth sentence, they dash in bracket play in the garden. So the action is going on. Some of the children are there and they are playing. Okay, so at this moment they are playing in the garden, and that's why we can say that they are playing in the garden. They are playing in the garden. Seventh sentence is I in bracket watch. We have to use form of watch. I watch a great TV series. So here I am watching a great TV series. I am watching a great TV series. Okay, we are using I am watching a great TV series. This action is ongoing action. We are describing the action which is going on. I'm doing this action. I'm watching the TV series. Okay, I am watching a great TV series. Then its sentence is we dash in bracket go to the store soon. We go to the storeroom. We have to use form of go. Okay, we, and the action is ongoing. Okay, this action is ongoing action, so we will use we are going to the store soon. We are going to the store soon. आम्ही काही वेळातच किंवा आत्ता लगेच त्या स्टोरला काय करत आहोत, जात आहोत. ओके, जात आहोत. वी आर गोइंग. ओके, जात आहोत. The ninth sentence is the computer dash in bracket work now. So if there is a problem with that computer and we have repaired that computer with the help of that technician, okay, and now that computer is working in working condition, we can say that the computer is working now. आता काम करत आहे. The computer is working now. Computer आता काम करत आहे. The computer is working. Is plus VING. The 10th sentence is I bracket study to become an engineer. So this is the sentence which suits to you people. Okay, you are studying to become an engineer. So if you are talking about yourself, you will say that I am studying to become an engineer. मी इंजिनियर होण्यासाठी अभ्यास करत आहे. I am studying to become an engineer. So this is the very simple exercise that we have completed. So speaking about this progressive tense, present progressive tense, today we have discussed that present progressive tense is used when the action is ongoing, or this is the action which is going on at the moment, at the present, right now, okay, or now, and the action has not completed yet. That action is going on. That action has not completed yet. That action is going on. For these expressions, we make use of present progressive tense. Okay. For planning an arrangement, or for describing a plan or arrangement in near future. If we are planning an arrangement in near future, then also we make use of present progressive tense. Okay. For showing the repeated actions, okay, the actions which are repeated regularly on a regular basis, that actions are also denoted or expressed with the help of present progressive tenses. Okay. Also we have seen that what a person makes a mistake. Okay, what we make mistake while using these two tenses, simple tense and simple present tense and progressive present tense. Okay, so if I want to talk about myself, okay, I want to talk about myself, or if a salesman, okay, or if a salesman is advertising about his company, okay, he will say that we produce a high-end plastic pipes. We produce a high-end plastic pipes. Okay, so this is the correct form. And which is the wrong form? What is the wrong form? We are producing high-end plastic pipes. This is the wrong form we are using. The action is not continuous. Okay, the action we are using to describe is not continuous, and don't use the continuous form when we are describing about ourselves, or we are describing about the our company or our college. Okay, so we are producing high-end plastic pipes is the wrong form we have used. Either we have to use we produce high-end plastic pipes. Okay, so if I'm talking about this institute, it's very okay. So I will use the uh, simple present form to talk about this institute. Okay, so the Swery gives a good placement. Swery gives a good placement for the students. Okay, Swery gives a good placement for the students of engineering. This will be the correct form, but this is not. If we are using the Swery is giving a good placement to the students of engineering, this can't be called as the correct form or correct use of the English while describing about the Swery. Okay, I'm describing about Swery, so the action is not going on. I will have to use simple present tense. Okay, so this is the difference between short but little but important difference between the use of the two forms. Okay, so the sentence structure we use for present progressive tense is subject plus am is are plus VING plus object plus complement. Okay, so this is the sentence structure. Also, we have discussed today negative, interrogative, and affirmative form that we use for the present progressive tense. And we have done with the exercise. Okay, so we have completed the first progressive tense, that is present progressive tense. As the strength of the students is very less, today we will just uh, stop here. Okay, we are not going to take the next part of this chapter because majority of the students have registered for that Python language session. Okay, and only for 10 people I cannot start the next part, that is important part of this session. Okay, so that's why we will stop here, but before leaving this meeting, I will have to take your roll call or attendance. Okay, so let's just uh, let me just mark your roll number so that it will be on the record. Okay, so B36, B1, B30, A15, A44, A59, B23, and A42. So these are the students who were present for my lecture. I will mark your attendance in the attendance sheet. So let's end this session here itself, and we will start the next, that is past progressive tense, in the next lecture. Okay, so thank you for joining this meeting. Shall we end this meeting here itself? Okay, so we will end this meeting. Thank you for joining once again. TBA teachers. If anybody has left with the attendance, he can chat his roll number in the message box also. Okay, before ending before ending this meeting. Okay, so please put your roll number in the message box within 1 minute. If anybody has left of the attendance, okay, present. Okay, so we will end this meeting. Thank you once again. Thanks for joining this meeting.